What is good, everybody? It's Coach Ransom, and today we are starting a Fat 8 chapter. I do not know what the name of the league is going to be. It's going to start off extremely small, only 2 people, me and my dad. I'm going to be the athletic director of Clemson University. My dad's going to be the athletic director of Notre Dame University, but hopefully this league can grow. But we are going to start from scratch. All recruits, no sophomores, juniors, or seniors on our team. They're all going to be freshmen. And my recruiting process is somewhat like the Fat 8, but I added my own little wrinkles in it because I'm not exactly the Fat 8. I'm a Fat 8 chapter. I'm probably going to name it the Fox 2 to start off. Not to be confused with the Fox 12, which I'll still be doing, but this is something different that is very interesting to me. And what I did, I took the last unpainted figures I had 14 of them, and I made my first wave of recruits. Here's the roster. I went to randomname.com and I got the player's random name, where they are from, and their age, and I made their position based on their figures. And they got not real jersey numbers. I just cut off sticky notes and put them on as practice jersey vests so I can distinguish who's who. Not all of them are painted yet. Some are painted, as you can see, but that's okay. I'll finish painting the rest later. Today, I only have one running back. His name is Jeffrey Casey from Livonia, Missouri, 18 years old. And he's going to be doing running back drills today. Here is his player card, and how I my process is a little different than Fat 8's. I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. So what I do, I roll a 20-sided die. If it's an odd number, he wants to go to Clemson. If it's an even number, he wants to go to Notre Dame. Then I roll a 20-sided die again. I got a 14. That means he's interested in Clemson, 14, and he has a level of interest in Notre Dame of only 6. It's all based out of 20. Now, because there are 14 players in this wave, each athletic director, me and my dad, have 14 points we can spend. So after all of the scouting combine is done for all these players, we're going to write down who we want to give those points towards. Now, I'm not going to know who's going to give his points to, and he's not going to know who I give my points to. So, for instance, if my dad really likes Jeffrey Casey, and he puts all 14 of his points into him, and I give 0 points into him, you add 14 plus 6, which is 20, and I added nothing, so 14 plus 0 is 14. So now Notre Dame leapfrogs Clemson in his team interest because Notre Dame has shown a lot of interest in Jeffrey Casey by adding all their points. It's kind of like what you do with the college football video game. I have these drills. He's going to do them 3 times, just like in the Fat 8. And for every time you pass a drill, you get 1 point. That's the little thing that's different. And you need 15 points to be eligible to go to a school. And each team has a maximum of 3 times you can give an extra point, kind of like what the Fat 8 does. So if Casey passes the 40-yard dash 3 times, he gets an extra point. So he'll have 4 points for me because I value the 40-yard dash. As you can see, me and my dad both value the 40-yard dash and the 7-on-7 drill, while I value the angle drill and he values the Oklahoma drill. So anyway, right now I'm in the lead based on the dice rolls for Jeffrey Casey, but that could change after the combine, determining where we and my dad put our points. And the fun thing is me and my dad don't know where we're going to spend these points. So I could have no idea that he really wants him, and I could really not show a lot of interest in him, and I can end up losing him to Notre Dame, if he's eligible, of course. So as you can see here, all the drills. I brought up some small red figures that are going to be the defenders and such today. I have a bunch of stuff I can use for the strength drill, like I'm using these field goal posts to use as a box for the strength drill. And we're going to start off with Jeffrey Casey today and see what happens. The first drill we're going to be doing is the 40-yard dash. To pass for Clemson, you need to run under a 4.5. To pass for Notre Dame, you need to run under 4 seconds. I'm going to try to multitask and use my mom's phone as a stopwatch and record and, what's it called? Hold the board down at the same time. Let's see if I can do that. So let me just practice using the clock. Alright. Your marks. On your mark, get set, go. Alright, so his first time he ran a 4.51. Dang, that was so close to being able to pass for Clemson. But he was 0.01 seconds away from passing for Clemson as he failed for both teams. Alright, here's attempt number 2 for Jeffrey Casey. Let's see if he can do it. And Jeffrey Casey is just having a terrible outing as he couldn't even pass the 40-yard line. That's a NA because he failed to even pass the 40-yard line. And when we were doing it, when I was just tweaking him and testing out what are the normal times for a running back, he was beating Bo Jackson, and we know Bo Jackson is like one of the best players in the Fox 12. But now that the lights are actually on and he's actually being evaluated by the coaches for Clemson and Notre Dame, which I'll paint later, he's starting to crack under the pressure. He only has one final attempt, and if he cannot pass just one part of the 40-yard dash, he's in trouble of not going anywhere. Last attempt for Casey. Let's see if he can do this. 4.81 seconds. Casey, who practicing registered at 2.81, has failed all 3 of his 40-yard dash attempts and has not received a point, which is going to be detrimental to his chances of getting on a college team. Alright, here he goes, the Oklahoma drill for Jeffrey Casey. He has 3 attempts to score a touchdown. If he scores, he passes it. Now, Notre Dame put emphasis on the Oklahoma drill, so they'll be watching closely to see if Casey can perform in this drill. Now, we use the Fat 8 system for tackling, which means if it's the front on base, the defender uses his front on base. Anywhere on the running back's down. And if the defender somehow makes the ball carrier lose forward progress or run out of bounds, the ball carrier is down. But the ball carrier can break tackle if it's front on base and the defender falls over, the running back broke the tackle. Or if it's anywhere else and the running back doesn't lose his forward progress, it's a broken tackle. So Casey, here we go. First attempt, running the football. Oklahoma drill. Casey runs out of bounds. Failed his first attempt. Here's attempt number 2 for Casey. Casey going up the middle, has some room. Casey turns it out again. He had the end zone, but his tendency to go left is what is killing him. He fails again, and he has not passed one drill so far. Here's the final attempt for Casey. Can he make it into the end zone one time? And Casey's forward progress is stopped by number 39. So Casey has failed all 3 Oklahoma drills. And now he needs to pass every single attempt in the rest of his 5 drills to be able to at least go to a college. Alright, here's the 3rd drill, which is called the pass blocking drill. The quarterback, who is stationary because he does not have a base on. He may move a little, but it's okay for now. And Casey line up at the 10-yard line. There's a blitzer on the 20-yard line. The blitzer has 5 seconds to sack the quarterback. If he completes it, Casey fails. If Casey's able to hold off the blitzer, he succeeds. Even if the blitzer manages to tackle the quarterback, if it's after 5 seconds, it doesn't matter. Casey still passes the drill as it was after 5 seconds. So let's see if Casey can hold this blitzer off for 5 seconds. Every single rep is crucial for Casey. Here's number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, Casey got lucky. But look at that right there. Look how fast he ran. I just think the nerves and the bright lights were too much for him. And coaches are going to notice that. Because he does well when no one's really watching him. But when it's just him and he has a drill to complete, he doesn't really rise up to the challenge. He has the physical traits necessary, but not really the mental traits to be a college football player. Here's attempt number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fail again. Passed again. And once again, he's showing his tremendous speed. I just think the jitterbugs got to him in the 40-yard dash. But that drill's over. Let's see if he can pass one more time. As if he does, he will complete the pass blocking drill 3 points and still be available to get a scholarship. 3rd drill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Passed once again based on luck. These figures I'm using that we're going to be scrimmaging with are supposed to be bad on purpose. They represent the average high school football player versus a college-bound high school football player, so that's why they're not that good. That's my reasoning behind that. But still, he's showing off his speed, and the coaches are noticing that. Maybe the coach is looking to take a chance, either Clemson or Notre Dame, take a chance on his amazing physical gifts and hopefully be able to coach up his mental gifts. But now up is the angle drill. Next up is the angle drill, where Clemson has really looking forward to this as they put 1 extra point in this. So Clemson's going to be trying to pay special attention to this drill. Each player is going to start off on the numbers at the 20 and try to meet up at the X. If Casey gets tackled, he fails. If he gets passed, he passes the drill. Here's rep 1. Casey got past rep 1. Here's rep 2, and number 4 is really fast. Let's see if you can take down Casey. Nope, over pursues as Casey easily gets past rep 2, and here's his final rep. Final rep, oh, easy. Casey takes this one with ease as he has passed his last 6 reps and gets an extra point for this drill from Clemson University because of his ability to pass. Next up is the strength drill. Here is the running back strength drill. As you can see, him and number 4 are enclosed in a box, which is actually just a goalpost, but I find ways to use things in unconventional ways. And what they're going to do is just going to run straight into each other. And the goal, if Casey passes, he's going to be able to move the quarterback past the 45. If he fails, he gets pushed back past the 45. So let's see what happens. Let's see if Casey can pass these 3 reps. Attempt number 1. Casey has a good push. And Casey passes it. I forgot to mention, you don't have to push the player past the 45. Like in that instance. Oh, I need to put this number back on. Anyway, in that instance, what happened was number 4 fell down. Because of that, if Casey brings his side of the field goal, so right here, if he brings it past the 45, he passes. Now, if Casey fell down and number 4 brought his side of the field goal right here past the 45, he passes as he dragged the box, I guess you could say, past the 45. So Casey still passed. There's 2 ways to pass this drill, if you understand. Here's rep number 2. And it's really not going anywhere. We're going to see how long this plays out. This isn't good news. It looks like Casey's going to fail. If this part goes over here, he fails. He's so close to failing. He's so close. And that's it. You see how that part right there crossed the 45? After that long strength drill, Casey fails. Which means he's pretty much done going to a college. He still could technically go to Clemson because Clemson put more stock into angle drill, so he got an extra point in there. But if he fails one more for anything, he's not going anywhere on a scholarship. As this has been a really disappointing day for the first ever prospect in the Fox 2. Now, granted, I only did tweak him for a couple seconds, but I'm not going to spend the whole time tweaking a player. I spent about more than 20 seconds, but you know what I'm saying. But still, he looked really promising, and all of a sudden, he's just not performing like he can. Rep number 3. This is big for Casey. Alright. Casey got that rep easily. So he failed 1, which means he's out of the running for Notre Dame. He still has 2 more drills left, and he has to complete all 3 of them to be eligible for Clemson University, but he's not eligible for Notre Dame. Now, if he fails both, he could possibly go to Notre Dame as a walk-on, but scholarship-wise, he's out. Here we have the 7-on-7 drill, and scratch what I said last time. Mr. Casey still has a chance to make Notre Dame, as both Notre Dame and Clemson put an emphasis on the 7-on-7 drill. So, if Casey passes all 6 of his last reps, he still can be eligible for Notre Dame, but 1 fail, and he's officially out of the running, become a Fighting Irish. Now, I'm going to be using the Fat 8 system of field vision interaction. And as you can see, it's a 7-on-7 drill, 20 yards away. You have to score a touchdown to pass the drill. Each team's going to be looking heavily on this drill as they both put +1 emphasis on it. Let's see if Jeffrey Casey to score a touchdown. Now, I just did a little pre-run before that didn't count, just to remember the rules, because this is my first time using this rule system, the Fat 8 system, and Casey got smothered behind the line. To be honest, these high school practice players might get a shot at being walk-ons at Notre Dame and Clemson University because they're pretty good themselves. But let's see what happens. So, it's the first buzz. For the first drill, I'm going to show all the pivots and stuff, but the next drills I won't. I just want to make sure I'm doing it correctly. So, let's see. I'm going to try to block him, block him, block him, block him. He's not engaged. And let's see. Go out, out. The defense can see that's going to be a run to their left. The offense is right. Alright, number 2. Here's the handoff. Lots of people are engaged now. Running back's going to try to bounce it outside. Running back, quarterback. And just get out of the way. Casey's going to try to bounce outside and go somewhere big. And he can stop one more time. Oh, look at that. Casey's trying to bounce it to the way outside to the right, but he has nowhere to go. Casey's forward momentum got taken down right here, and he failed the first drill. And now Notre Dame is officially out of the running for Jeffrey Casey, and Casey has to be careful, as one more fail puts him out of the running for Clemson too, which means today has been an utmost disaster, as he won't get any scholarship. So Casey is now running for his life. Here's his second rep. Casey. Oh, what a hit! And Casey couldn't even get the handoff, as he just got blown up behind the line, and that's another fail. Now, is 15 points too much of a requirement? I was thinking, because there's 21 points. Half of 21 is about 11 points. So, alright, I know this is coming mid-video, but 15 points is too much. Half of 21 is about 10.5. So I'm going to say that you need 11 points to get a scholarship. Actually, you know what? Half is average. 12 points. Just like Fat 8 does it, because that system works to get a scholarship. This is my first time doing anything like this. I didn't have any pre-run or anything. This is all coming today. Like boom, boom, boom. These ideas come quickly. So I'm changing it to 12 points. So I'm going to add up the points and see if Casey has a chance. Alright. He only has 8 points right now, which means he's in the same situation he was before. He has to pass all the remaining of his drills or he won't get a scholarship. Now, for Clemson University, he's at 9 points because he passed the angle drill, right? And if he passes one of the 7-on-7 drills, he'll be granted an extra point, because both colleges put emphasis on the 7-on-7 drill. But let's make it clear. You don't need 15 points, you only need 12 points now, as I made that change to make it easier for someone to make a college, as 15 points is just unattainable. That's like 5-star level. So now you only need 12 points to do it. But still, if Casey fails one more drill, he's probably not going to get into a college. So, I mean, it's still going to be hard for him to attain, as he's been looking pretty bad today. That wasn't really his fault, that last drill, but all the other drills before has been his fault. But he has one more rep on the 7-7 drill. Let's see what he can do. Last rep for Casey in the 7-on-7 drill, and even though he only needs 12 points now, as I made that change, and I apologize, but that change needed to be made, he still is in danger of not being able to go to Clemson or Notre Dame. So this is big for Casey. Let's see what he can do. Casey gets the handoff. This is big. Can Casey get across? Casey's still going. Casey loses his forward progress, and another failed attempt for Jeffrey Casey. And he's pretty much out of it now. Pretty much is out of it. he still can go to Clemson because of his +1 in the angle drill if he succeeds all 3 of the rat running drill, but he's out of it for Notre Dame, even if only requiring 12. And yeah, it's been a disappointment. He has to get perfect to be able to go to Clemson, but on the rat running drill. But so far, Casey, he's shown flashes, but has not been consistent enough. Here's the rat running drill. Basically, I'm going to use the Fat 8 style of passing the football. And there can't be more than 5 seconds. So the running back has to get open in less than 5 seconds and catch the ball to complete the drill. And I'm going to be using, as I said, the Fat 8 system to pass the football, and it has to be completed in less than 5 seconds. So this is also on the quarterback, but on Casey as well. And if you catch it, it's a pass. So first rep, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now we're going to throw it, and it should be an easy completion, and I don't have a tripod, so you're just going to have to trust me when I tell you whether he completes it or not. And the first pass was complete, so Casey passed that drill, and he has 2 more reps. If he passes all 2 of those reps, he'll be eligible to go to Clemson, but 1 fail, and Casey's out. Here's rep number 2 on the bubbly side of the field. It's going to make things harder. And Casey falls down, which means he's not eligible to catch the pass, which means he failed this drill. Say what you want to say. I know the fielding is bad, but you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with bad parts of the field if you're playing in college football. So Casey ends up failing that drill, which means he won't have enough points to go to either school. He has 1 more rep to show off and finish strong and show that he has good character. But what a sad day for a prospect looking to make noise and go to one of the 2 colleges. Last rep. Oh, Casey gets knocked down, and he doesn't even have the chance to catch the pass again. That was his last rep. A fail. We'll add up all the points and see what the ending is for Jeffrey Casey, but it doesn't look like it's a good one. He totally got owned and disrespected today. And this isn't high school football anymore, it's college football. And if he's gonna look to make a name for himself in the college game, he needs to step up his mental aspect. As he has the physical tools, he just needs to stay more consistent and be mentally stronger. So Jeffrey Casey ended up getting 9 points in total, and he needed 12 to make a school. 9 for Notre Dame and 10 for Clemson, which means he did not get enough points to make a school. We graded him as a 2-star recruit, and I have a question for the Fat 8 conference, is what happens to an athlete who doesn't meet the requirements of a school? I only have 2 schools, so I don't know what to do with Mr. Casey. Maybe he can walk on to a school. I mean, he obviously has more interest in Clemson, and I don't think either Clemson or Notre Dame is going to put any points into him, as he isn't that well of a player. But what happens that he didn't make